Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark, this is Spiguyver Backpacking, and today we're going to be looking at packing a backpack, specifically how I pack my backpack. So I've got my 40-liter light AF here, and I've got everything that I would need for a trip. So we can go ahead, pack this up just like I would any normal trip, and see exactly how I do it. For me, this is the most efficient way. This is the way that works. I actually have two different setups here. That stuff down in the corner is for a hammock setup, and then those two little pieces right there, that's my tent and my sleeping pad if I was going tent. So just showing, I'm actually gonna go with the hammock stuff because there's more there. It's going to take up more of my pack space. So we're gonna go ahead and pack that and take out the tent stuff, but just showing that you could do either one. So let's get into it. Let's get this thing going. Okay, so we're going to be using some of the tricks, some of the tips that I gave you guys in the last tip video, starting with a pack liner. So I've got my pack, and to go inside of it to line it, I have this Nylaflume. I got it from Lightsmith. Goes right inside and just lines the pack. So I'm going to put that in now. Okay, now that I've got that in there, the next thing I'm going to use is the quilts. So like I said before, I don't use any of the stuff sacks for my quilts, my pillow, anything like that. So I'm just gonna grab them and start shoving them in. Pillow can go in next. Top quilt. Okay, so those are my overstuffed, wide, long quilts. They're 20-degree set. It's probably my most versatile set, 20 degrees. Next, I'm gonna use, because I'm inside of the Nylaflume bag, the pack liner, you could be using a trash compactor bag. I'm gonna put in my clothing. So I've got down puffy, extra pair of socks, gloves, hat, buff, thermal underwear, and an extra pair of underwear for at camp. Just like before, no stuff sack, just shoving it straight in there, pushing it down there, getting it all in there. Next, I'm gonna grab the hammock. This is one of my bigger hammocks, and so just to show that I can get everything that I need in here in a 40-liter pack, I'm even using the biggest hammock I've got. So now I've got that kind of shoved in there. I can take this Nylaflume bag and I'm gonna roll the bag. Push down to get a little bit of that air out. And now all of the stuff that I need to stay dry is in there, and it should stay dry. Next, I'm gonna take my electronics. So this is my battery bank, charging cables, my AirPods, my headlamp. Unless I'm gonna be hiking into the dark, then I'll keep the headlamp in my fanny pack. But otherwise, if I know I'm getting to camp while it's still light out, this goes in here. My food, I've got food in here for 3 days. So this is 3 days worth of food right here. It is Packet Gourmet stuff, Peak Refuel stuff, outdoor pantry, and then some random things. So this will go in here right on top. And I like to have the food on top just in case I didn't get out what I needed for the day. It's right there on the top. So now you can see that I've got the pack itself completely packed, the inside anyway, with what I need. And I'm gonna roll this top down, close it up. Strap comes over the top. I'll adjust this. Okay, now it's time to start on the outside of the pack. All right, now everything that I've got out here is stuff that's gonna go somewhere on the outside of this pack. So I've got my water system right here. So I've got a water bottle, just a smart water bottle with a sport cap. I've got my Nock Vecto, which I'll roll up. and I've got a Be Free. So these always go in this pocket. So water bottle right there so I can reach back and grab it. Water bladder and filter right in there so that I've got quick access to them during the day. On the opposite side, in this pocket, is my 550 toques with, I've got some carbon felt, a lighter, and my stove. Actually, I'll roll the stove up in this carbon felt just to keep it from banging around in there. Kind of protects it and keeps it a little bit quieter while I'm out hiking. And I've got the Rotolacura carbon fiber lid. Pop this down into there, and then it's got room for a canister on top. You can cinch that down a little bit, and now you're good to go there. All right, moving to this front pouch. This is where a lot of the stuff that either I may need during the day or that I want quick access to goes, or things that will be wet during the trip. So if I've got stuff that could be wet during the trip, such as my hammock straps, those will go down in the bottom. Tent stakes or pull-out stakes there as well. My raincoat, shove that down in there. Hang time hook, can't leave without that. Ditty bag, this has toiletry stuff in there, so toilet paper, wet wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, knife, first aid kit, all in here. And this goes on the outside because you never know when nature calls. Food for the day, so this is lunch, some extra snacks, some extra coffee, all goes on the outside. And then last is the tarp. So because the tarp tends to get wet, tends to be something that you will put away wet, I like to have it on the outside so it's not in my pack. Last, I've got just this little bit down here. One piece that I didn't show before is my InReach. This is a Garmin InReach Mini, and I put this right on the shoulder strap. Other shoulder strap for quick access is my GoPro Hero 10. And then the rest of this stuff, I've got different lenses for my GoPro. Those will go in the fanny pack. I've got drink mixes that I'll mix in with my water. Those go in here. And then just some snacks for the day. Those all go in here as well. If I've got my phone with me, my phone will go right in this outside little pouch right here. And that is the pack, packed up, ready to go. You can see for a 3-day trip with temperatures getting down into the 20s, this 40 liter is more than enough. I've got plenty of room in here. If I needed to carry extra stuff, I could put it in there. If I wanted to increase this to a 5, to a 7-day trip, I've got the space here. If I was somewhere where I needed to carry a bear canister, I loosen the top, I put the bear canister on top, cinch it down. Works out really well. Okay, so you've got the pack packed at this point, and so to put it on, just simply slip it on. You can do up the sternum strap. So first, what I do is I raise it up onto my shoulders, get it a little bit high on my hips, then grab the adjustments, suck in a little bit, cinch her down. Now I can do the fanny pack over the top of that, and it just sits there. But you can see, good amount for at least 3 days. I can pack this a little bit bigger, a little bit higher, but it's right, the weight's riding on my hips. It's not up here on my shoulders. As you can see, it's nice and loose, and really just makes for a great backpack for backpacking. I can reach back here, get my water, everything I need for the day, switching out filters, grabbing snacks, all right here. Can get it while I'm walking. The only other thing that I didn't show that I would have are my trekking poles. And so if I was using my tent, it's the Z-Packs Duplex. I would need those in order to set up the tent. I carry them on every trip, so that's not a big deal. Appreciate you guys checking this out. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. If you haven't done so before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Helps us out tremendously. And right next to it, there'll be a little bell icon. If you hit that, you'll get notifications every time new content is uploaded. So don't miss out on anything. See you guys down the trail.